Hi guys, this is Noiser and today's video is around something I just recently realized when it comes to muzzle attachments. I've always felt that the muzzle brake is the best choice for every gun it's available for, especially on console, as that attachment resets the sight to the original position faster than any other muzzle attachment in the game. And resetting faster means getting your aim back on target faster and therefore easier to control recoil by making short, accurate bursts. Although that is still the case, I realized something that I think all of you guys not using the suppressor should try out as well. I tried analyzing how my firefights start, if they start with me firing at an enemy first or not, for example. If I start firing first, that often means I've spotted the enemy, although they haven't seen me. It can be a matter of reaction time, of course, but I'm 40 years old and I don't have as quick reaction time as most younger players. But when it's a matter of being spotted or not, the suppressor can be really useful as the enemy will have a hard time figuring out who is shooting at them and from where. The reason I started investigating this is that I realized I sometimes died although I shot first. This is in my opinion more common in Rainbow Six Siege compared to other shooters, as all it takes is one headshot, by luck or really good aim, to win a firefight. My aim is quite average and I often don't have the cool to give myself time to line up a headshot when I notice an enemy, unless I've already ADS'd and holding head level, of course. This means I sometimes die just because the enemy realize I'm shooting at them and manage to turn around towards me and kill me before I manage to kill them. Sometimes just because of a lucky headshot, sometimes because of superior aim. The point of this story though is that I die because the enemy got my location because of cues that the suppressor won't give them. When I started thinking about this, I noticed these are not just isolated events. This actually happens a lot. To me, at least. That might not be the case for you, but start thinking about how many times you die just because the enemy realize you're shooting at them. If you think about it from the other perspective, that can also give you an idea how important the threat indicator and sound is in this game, when it's about determining where you're being shot from. Instantly getting that threat indicator and hearing shots being fired from your left, for example, even if they're not hitting you, of course give you a fighting chance compared to not getting that information. If you're getting hit but can't determine from where, your instinctive action might be to just go prone, turn the wrong way, or run for cover that won't give you cover at all. In other words, not knowing from where you're being attacked can make you act in a way that just makes you an even easier target. And here's where the suppressor shines, in my opinion. In this clip, for example, I realized the defenders couldn't even make out which hatch I was using sometimes, and definitely not from which angle, which really can give you an advantage. The downside of the suppressor is of course more recoil and less damage output, but my feeling is that, especially with some operators, this is a trade-off that's really worth it. When roaming with the defender and using flanks, this gives you an obvious advantage, as you even can engage, pull back behind cover and reposition without the enemies having a clue about where you are. Now, I'm not suggesting the suppressor is OP in any way and will keep you totally hidden, because that's certainly not the case, but it conceals your position extremely well compared to other muzzle attachments, of course. Especially if you're moving around a bit stealthy as well, so that footsteps won't give away your position. When it comes to attackers, I think suppressors works best when you're not pushing the obvious expected way. If you're in a position that defenders know you will push from, they will of course have that angle covered. But by moving between different angles, for example to open hatches as in this clip, the suppressor can be really handy to give you an extra second to get that kill without the defender returning fire. If you make a push towards the objective from a different part of the map, trying to go for a flank or flush out roamers, the suppressor can also be very useful. For now, I mainly go with the suppressor on Ash, IQ, Twitch and Sophia on attack. I've stayed away from Hibana because I think her gun has two problems: a small magazine and a recoil that is a bit hard to handle without the muzzle brake, although that's my personal opinion, of course. With thermite, I often find myself pushing the obvious way, holding an angle from the outside of the objective, for example, and not having as big an advantage from using the suppressor. We'll see if I start playing Capitao now after the buff as well, and in that case, the suppressor might be my choice for him. So, what are your thoughts on muzzle attachments in general, and specifically the suppressor? Do you like it or hate it? Do you find it especially handy on some guns or on some objectives or something? Is there anything I said that you either agree or disagree with? Please tell me by leaving a comment below. Give me a thumbs up or down so I get some sort of feedback on this video, and hit that subscribe button and the bell icon next to it to get notified when I post my next video. I'll be back soon again, and until then, I will keep being noiser. Hej då!